All right.
I know, like that guy's early. Get the guy out of here. Get the...
All right. Well, no music because it was a impactful week in wrestling. A whole lot went on, so we're just going to jump right into it if you guys want. We got Money in the Bank this Saturday. Got Heat Wave on Sunday, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So all right, big takeaways. We got SmackDown, we got Raw, and then of course we got AEW. How do y'all want to attack it first? You want to go SmackDown first, or what?
I mean, we can go either. We just kind of, save Money in the Bank for last if we want to do that, and kind of.
Oh yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, on Money in the Bank.
Build up. Yeah.
All right, so let's just we haven't really let off with AEW, but let's go ahead and lead off with them. Hell of a main event. I got to go here. That was a hell of a main event. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. The right guy won, I thought, too. But, God, the rest of the show kind of was missing. I thought the Stephanie Valcour was a whole lot better than Mercedes was. Man, you going into your box, I see.
Don't mind
What's
me,
in the box?
Packing away some personal items for
It's
the show.
a dick in a box. Dick in a box. Yeah.
I tried to get a bigger box, but this is all they could do. So times are hard everywhere.
I tell you, man. Just put a little Miracle Grow.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. So we had the women's match. I thought Toni Storm and Mia were a lot better in their match than Steph and Mercedes. We get Britt Baker coming back. So what was y'all's thoughts on AEW and the Forbidden Door? That's what it's called.
I didn't need to see it, so I don't know.
I watched a little bit, like I followed online, watched a little bit. But what I will say is this. I did appreciate, the Ospreay and Swerve match. I did appreciate that because I think that there was like kind of some preconceived notions that Swerve title defense is maybe not ideal, and I think I've been critical of it. But I think when you're facing a guy like someone's credible as Will Ospreay, I think that should kind of silence the critics. Keyword it should, but it probably won't. But to me, you talked about the Stephanie Vacker and the Mercedes, but very impressed with Vacker, very impressed. And as far as Mercedes winning, like look, my takeaway is this: I'm not surprised because this is kind of what I kind of expected. If what's true with creative control, I'm not surprised. My biggest concern is,
brother.
Tell you something, brother. I'm gonna take a pinfall for you.
Sounds not right, brother.
I run catering, brother. What?
That's wanted me to work a house show. How dare they,
brother?
Oh, brother. And we need you out there hulking in front of the crowd. Where? What's the name of this town? Nah, brother. No, again. I got reservations at Outback Steakhouse.
If Mercedes starts doing that, we're all going to be cracking up. You know that.
I got reservations at Outback. I can't be doing that, brother. The Blue Billions ain't gonna eat themselves, brother. But as far as Britt Baker coming back, I like it. I'm curious to see how they go about it. Like in my mind, there's an idea of kind of where they're gonna go between her and Mercedes. But I just really want to see, because now to see how this rivalry, is, and see how it kind of goes. Because listen, I think before Mercedes, got there, I think a lot of people say, well, Britt Baker was like the face of the AEW women's division.
Yeah.
And then she goes, and so now And now here, Mercedes Moné comes in that time, it's such a rapid time coming in, kind of, I want to say taking over now, TBS champion, adding another belt to her repertoire. Now I'm kind of see how the two worlds collide and how it's booked. How are we going to book this long term?
Yeah,
because that to me is the kind of be the tale of the tape, and because I'm just curious to see how that goes. And as far as for the rest of the card, it was there, like it was serviceable, like it was nothing terrible. Like I always appreciate Toni Storm. I think that's to me that's a top 5 reason why I do kind of tune into AEW, because her character work is fantastic, and it just kind of goes to show you that you put in the time and in the effort into it, you get Toni Storm, and so overall, I like I said, it was a good show. I don't know how forbidden it was, but
yeah.
it was it was the door.
Yeah.
What we can say. But overall,
let me show you the door.
But overall, in all, it was pretty good. It was just kind of like it was there. A couple exciting moments here and there.
AEW has this dangerous formula though, and it does get very redundant in a lot of matches. Kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. Like somebody would tell somebody, "You're not the effing Bucks." Well, you're not Jerry Nelms. How about that? Because the Bucks are even now. My God, watching them is painful. Like, I actually am okay with Okada. The whole bitch thing, Yeah.
And lag.
Somebody,
he gone.
Tony Khan said, "Not here, brother."
Yeah, Tony's hijacking your segment.
He's taking the segment. But yeah, I think to kind of pick up where I think like even with the Bucks, I like them. They're a phenomenal tag team. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but like maybe it's just me, but it's just I think I don't want to say downhill because I don't want AEW Mark to come out. That's the last thing. I need football season's coming. I got to deal with those folks, and then I got to deal with rest. But what I will say is that it, kind of like how CDouble said, it's become repetitive to the point where it's like when you should know what's coming, but you already, you're like, like you said, like kick. It's kind of like a formula, like kick, punch. It's kind of like a code you put in, like back in the day, like a code, like a square X,
up, down, left, right, A,
left, right, R2, left, L2, that's what I kind of, I think that was kind of like CDouble's point, and it's like it's nothing against the Bucks, but it's something. I think that's one of the issues. It's like I don't want to say I want to say surprise, but it's just something. It just feels like it's stagnant in that regard.
Like I'll be the first to tell you, like I've got like 6 or 7 Bucks shirts. Like I love the Bucks, but
yes, he does.
This shit is it's this EVP bullshit is just way too much.
I love this. Berto, if you could join us, it'd be awesome because I love this comment. Damn old Sega Mortal Kombat fatality codes. Problem is, the Bucks keep going left when they were supposed to go right, and they can't ever get it right.
Yeah, that's why you write it on a piece of paper like how we all did.
But I mean, like I've got shirts, I've got autographs from the Bucks. Like it's just I like them. I always have since they were in Bullet Club, but the EVP stuff, it's like they're trying too hard to get over as a heel, and it's not working. Like, and the stuff with Okada now, and then you add Jack. Like
Jack doesn't. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jack's not a heel. I'm sorry.
He just has the dirt face. He just has that.
Me being a heel, I can't.
Oh, yeah, you can.
And Jack's the same fucking way. Like, Jack can't get over as a heel.
Yeah. He has the face of a heel, but not the actions of a heel.
And that's me. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I have I can have that face, but as far as talking and everything, I can't. Like, I can't get over as a heel like that. And it's just, and then you add Okada, which they said it right. Okada's become the Young Bucks bitch.
Yeah. Oh, Cody.
And I love Okada. I liked Okada in Japan. It's just, but now he's literally their bag boy bitch.
I mean, look. Can this whole Young Buck thing be saved? The EVPs take. First of all, they messed it up by having Tony Khan showing up the next night or the next week, smiling, and then they had an opportunity where they brought in Daniels to be the voice for Tony Khan. And I'm like, all right, this sounds good. The next day on Collision, Roddy is pleading his case to get a title shot because he's next strong like Tony, or Tony's next strong like him. And I'm going, no, we're not doing it.
Like,
and he makes the match.
It's like him saying he doesn't want to be on TV. And then fucking Jack pull him out in front of the crowd. You don't want to be on TV, then why are you doing spots to put you on TV?
Yeah, like, oh no, I don't want to be on camera. Okay, like
okay, let one of my talents drag me out to the crowd and beat my ass.
Yeah.
Let me roll down the aisle.
Yeah.
God dang it. I just and my thing is this: the scrums. If I can live without one AEW scrum, it'd be a day too soon, because it all starts the same. What, Tony? He's just so giddy. And then it's like, then you want to just look and go, so how did the Young Bucks, who are your EVPs, have control to pick somebody that you have no control but can give a title match to? See?
Yeah.
I've said my piece about Tony Khan on this show enough about the book.
You could,
I just want it to make sense.
He is a mark with money, and that's it.
Yeah, he's just a dude whose dad happens to own the Jacksonville Jaguar, and his dad said, "Hey, what do you want to do?" "I want to own a wrestling company." Here,
hey Jerry, how many times have guys wished they could find a mark that had money that will let them do whatever they want?
I know plenty.
Well, yeah, and now that's basically what we see on AEW.
Yeah, it's like that's like Jerry said, like, that's what we're getting, and the ones who are suffering are the fans, and and to some degree the wrestlers are suffering because
then you got all these people come, and don't get me wrong, Moxley and I love all these guys, but you get these bigger names coming over from WWE that are making 10 times the money most of the other guys are making on that show.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because Jericho's at least making 6 figures.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Mox is probably making 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
And hey, and we're about to see Ricochet show up too, they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason I'm happy about that because I want to see him and Ospreay one more time.
Yeah.
That is the only reason.
I want to see some more flips and kicks and all that.
I think that match should be held in a trampoline in AJ Styles' house. Uncle Allen. Let's go on the trampoline, boss.
And then I don't know.
AJ, you got any more popcorn left? Shut up, they're about to start the match.
I mean, I'd rather go over there than I would Matt Hardy's house because, man, that's a bunch of freaks going on there. All right. But, yeah, so the other rumor was AJ, but also I really can't believe in 2024 I'm about to ask, are we going to see Shane McMahon in AEW?
God, no. I hope not.
And not only that, we can't even have the same music.
I don't see what he could do, though. Unless he's going to be in the back as a producer or something. I don't know what he could do.
Yeah. I don't know either. I mean, you already have kind of like the authoritative role, if you want to call that, with the Bucks.
Right.
So I unless he's like working the back or kind of
unless they're gonna give him like Collision or something.
Or give
Be
him
like,
a show.
here, have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What
Oh
they're gonna
God,
do.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. This has been a thought in my head because we've seen how the Bucks have been. We've seen how they're trying to take control. They got the title, the TNT title. Jack off got it through the ladder. All right. Okada is the Continental. But this group does not feel dangerous. This group doesn't feel any importance.
No, you have 2 mid-card titles and the heavy and the tag titles.
So I know people are saying, let's get Hangman, get him involved in this. But here's my question. Why not MJF?
Right.
If you're going to do an NWO takeover, you get the guy that can put asses in seats.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a Hulk Hogan, but you got an MJF.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
His face run, I hate it. I mean, the whole promo with him and Danny, I was like, okay, so one of the biggest shows we're going to have in London is Danny Garcia versus MJF. Is this Collision?
I hated the baby run when he started being stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he became everything he hated.
That's when I didn't like him as a face. Other than that, I loved it because you didn't get to see that side of him at all until then. All right, Power Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, it's an emergency. I knew you were a Power Ranger. You're the red one, aren't you? I'm not going with the other color because I don't want to.
What other color is that? There's a lot of colors.
The Green Ranger. Pink. Or blue.
Yellow.
I'll be the Black Ranger, pal. See, look,
I'll be the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Why you gotta say that, Jared?
Because the White Ranger was badass.
Yeah, listen. Even I'm like, listen.
All right, Tommy.
Listen. I think to kind of switch up on the show, maybe I should be the White Ranger because I am sweating out here in this costume. For God's sake. You have an AC in your helmet. Don't think I didn't hear it when you did that putty. I heard it.
Yeah.
Man, one of the best ninjas that you could ever watch is watching those guys flying around. But yeah, so I mean, I think you get MJF involved, and it would actually make sense. He gets upstaged by Ospreay. He goes to the back heel area. Why not basically look at the Bucks and go, give me the shot. Let me be the wild card.
Yeah.
I'll be reluctant with you, but when I get the belt, then it's on. I basically almost make it like, the Bucks don't want, they can't believe, they don't even know how MJF got it. Play it up, do something.
Yeah.
And to me, I think MJF would be better off that way, not Hangman. I get it, the feud with Swerve, but
right.
Well,
I got to change heads.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. That's really the only thing I could think of. And when I look at a lot of the roster that AEW has, I'm just going, there are a lot of people there that should be really pushed to the stars, and that they're just not.
Yeah, that's kind of my issue. Is where the issue of talent is not the issue. If that makes any sense, it's where there's dudes you can push, but the question becomes, who do you push, and the other question becomes, well, why don't you push them? And see, and this is where we like how Jerry said earlier on. Tony Khan's a mark. Like book. It's booking, and as much as AEW fans can sit there and say, "Oh well," you can't defend the fact that booking is not Tony Khan's strong suit in a lot of regards. Because when you have these guys, when you got guys in like Mox, and you bring in Claudio, and you're bringing these guys, you're bringing these top dudes.
Yeah.
We need something after that. It's kind of like you're building, like if you're building, whether it's a wrestling company, whether you're building a football team or anything like that, you have your stars, but you kind of you got to look at it from a top down process. And that's where like he's so focused on making sure the top is okay and the bottom is.
I mean, it's like booking a show. You start at the main event and you work your way up.
Yeah, and to me, he kind of does. I mean, to cut you off, but that's the problem. He doesn't know how to book, and he
throws shit against the wall and hopes it sticks.
Yeah, like he does. It's a top down, like book this, and then you're just putting the issue of money is. It's not the issue of money. It's not the issue of talent. It's what are you doing? Because that to me is the issue. And AW fans, but listen, WWE had a problem with that for a while, where where they had talent and we didn't know what they were doing and how they were kind of maneuvering it.
They were getting set at home to get paid.
Yeah. They were dudes like, wait, where's that guy? Like I'll give you an example for WWE, like Odyssey Jones guy, like. He was drafted, and I have not seen this man in the ring since when?
Yeah,
and it's like, but go back to AEW. Like my final point is this: if Tony Khan can figure, if Shane McMahon like hypothetically comes in, let him book, because Shane can't be any worse. Than Tony Khan. It's like.
At least Shane's got the experience from wrestling.
You know
exactly.
What?
So
give me Shane, or give me, if not Shane, give me Vince Russo. What the hell? Let's just
no.
That's right, bro. It'll be AEW, bro.
You want this company to fail?
Yeah. I can come look at a Giants jersey coming out there. I'm like, we're done. I'm not.
You think Tony Schiavone's having a flashback now?
Oh! Tony just falls over on the side.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I quit.
I'm not working for this idiot.
I'm calling Scott Hudson, goddammit, complaining.
Hudson's like, lose my number.
Got at home like, who are you?
I can see him again next month.
Oh man, cool. Tell him I said hey. But yeah, I mean, I just said, man, to me, to make things make sense, but we'll see. Now, Britt Baker is supposed to have a promo. My thing is this: better be live in the ring. She better upstage Mercedes. Mm-hmm. And I want to see the Britt Baker that pissed me off when she was cutting people off and literally giving them the business.
Yeah.
Because that's what Britt Baker made her name off of.
Yeah.
So she can't, I don't want her. It's like if they try to pull, I respect you. Well, I respect you. That shit ain't going to work, man. I mean, someone needs to, you might as well go to a damn Learning Tree and try to have them just do a 30-minute promo. But that's where I'm at. And like I said, I thought the Bryant and Shingo match was good too. Someone said, watch out, because if Daniel gets close to maybe winning it, watch out for Nigel interfering, and we get Nigel versus Bryant, because that was going to be the match
I
last
would be
year.
Okay with that.
I mean, that, like I said, that was my first time hearing it. I'm going to go here. If we get that, sign me up.
I want to see Nigel and Daniel again.
And you've heard Nigel saying what he says about Brian and Brie and all that. So it's almost making you go, is this much of a work as CM Punk and Drew? Because, I mean, Drew and CM Punk are looking at it like, man, you guys go a little deep on that, aren't you? And by the way, guys that had that momentum, had that look of they could really be doing something with them, Wardlow.
Yeah, they
and how many times have they cut him off the knees? I mean, and Daniel Garcia is actually another one. I mean, Mike Santana. You know, there have been guys in AEW that just the fans want to believe in, but get yanked because of one thing or another. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, and we'll do more AEW talk because it's not a bad show. It's just like you guys. It's like this. Talent-wise, I don't have a problem. I think it's a good show. What I can't stand is when I'm hearing people say, "Well, Tony Khan does it so much better." Well, hold off, player. It's not really all that. I mean, he's got a good roster. Let's not lose sight of that.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go over their card tonight a little bit later before we when we talk about the Money in the Bank. SmackDown. Okay. Madison Square Garden. You knew they were gonna start off something quick.
Yeah.
And I got to go here. I don't know about y'all. I know that people are critical of Cody Rhodes and everything. I love it when I watch the man come out to fight. There's no pyro, no music. I'm a pissed off mother trucker. I'm ready to go to war. Kevin Owens hobbling. First of all, Kevin, I love you, man. you hobbling makes me proud to be a big guy. But then Randy Orton, who's cracking me up. What was it? One of the things, it's like they announced his weight at 275 or 270, and he's laughing, going, "I'm more like 290 now."
290, he's like a little thick. I'm like,
I'm a thick bitch. I'm like, Randy, you my dog. Hot to a girl. Hot to a girl. Randall. Bless that man.
Is Randy's not watching? We'll deal with that later.
But hey man, hot to a girl. She's the real MVP. I can't wait till she hosts the next NXT event. I mean, they let Sexy Red do it. Why not hot to it?
I mean, what if they just go in and they say, you know what, we got to really bring it down? We'll let Elmo host it.
Oh, dude. You know what? Elmo could get hardcore at 8 o'clock, man. I think Elmo would be like Paul Heyman, man. You watch out.
Yeah.
Elmo don't play no crap. He stiff the old Brooks Jensen or whoever.
Yeah. You see Elmo in the crowd just flying. Just
Elmo, look at Oba.
Can he do that? You see HBK? I'm cooking. He can do it.
HBK in his chef hat. We got this.
You saw that? You saw they did it? You saw they did? Yeah. Let him keep cooking.
So, all right. So, what? So we talked about the Shane. That was one thing I want to talk about. Mercedes also has creative control now, and I have a feeling, I have a view about it. But also, let's also bring this up because it's been on Twitter or X. She has been complaining about WWE. Shocker, an AEW star talks about their ex-boss. Like, they expected me to work house shows. How dare they? But the one that really bothered me was it's like her going off about the husband making an outfit, and she hated it, and how it really just disrupted her flow in the match at Money in the Bank. And I'm going, and someone did a picture, and they're saying the outfit wasn't that bad.
His husband made. Wait, what?
Yeah, she's married, and she has a husband who's like one of the head designers,
costume designers, or
gear makers.
Yeah, gear makers, and they've been married for a long time, so it's not like this is just new. But she went off about it, and people were just going, "You really throwing your husband under the?" So to me, my thing is this: so we given her creative control over the women's division.
Yay.
Let's be honest. I mean, we all watch wrestling. By the way, Craig Ruth.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
I know.
Yeah. Well, there's claimed you. But still, thank you. And hey, what's up? But what do we think, man? Because, I mean, in one spec, I can actually understand why they do it. But yet, in my world, in my head, I wouldn't do it because I'm just like, God, if you want your input in wrestling, if you want to put your input on your character, got no problem. But when it comes to that final say, let me be the guy that's the bad guy versus you. That's kind of how I see it. But what do y'all think? I see Jerry with his fingers.
3 words. Hulk Hogan, WCW.
Don't work for me, brother.
Okay, I'm done.
3 letters, WCW.
Yeah.
$1 billion Ted.
I don't
Do
know.
it. He was another one.
We'll be right back. More weather at the top of the hour, right?
So good.
You know, the way I kind of look at it is this. I have no problem with her talking about her former. I don't have you see it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me, I don't take an issue with it, but when your husband, who still is working there,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you protect. What I'm saying is that I think of it this way, to throw in the sports, to kind of throw over a sports term. You know why coaches always, like, especially you see this in like baseball and you see it in basketball. You wonder why the coaches stand in front of their star players, because they know that the ump or the ref's going to toss them out the game. You're protecting your asset.
Yes.
But you're like I'd rather the coach who probably gets paid, outside of like a big name coach, you're probably getting paid $3-4 million a year. And the guy who you're trying to protect is probably getting, $30-40 million a year.
Yeah.
So protect your asset. To me, I have no problem. It's just like Mercedes has to understand. Your husband still works over there. And to me, the outfit wasn't that bad. Like, let's be super clear. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like that egregious to kind of go in that direction. Your husband still works there. So that's something to think of. I'm not saying that he could, I'll put it this way. He could be cool with her saying it. Yeah. He could be cool with it. And that's, people understand. He can be cool with it. Other people don't have to be cool with it. It's just when you go after people and you go up to understand where everybody is positioned, whom you're talking about. That's all I say, is because with Mercedes, I'm not shocked. Like, somebody on Twitter or X had
yes,
to
we are, John.
John,
we're talking about Mercedes and the power that she has now with the creative control, and we're also talking about some of the things that's been brought up about, like, her talking about her husband, about the wardrobe, and just everything else. So we're just kind of putting a bow around it. Go ahead, Ladarius. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. And just my final thoughts are just simply this: it's all, to me, giving somebody creative control is the equivalent of giving somebody a no trade clause in their contract.
Yeah,
they control their, like, they could say, hey, we could have a great deal for you that could help our team. Like, even if you're rebuilding or could help you get in contention, they can tell you, no, I'm good. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Like, it's like, I don't want to go there. So when you give that sort of power to Mercedes, it to me, and like John said, she doesn't really need it, because to me it doesn't equate. Like, I get to it's like oil and water. It's not mixing great. Yeah. And as much as I like Mercedes, as much as I respect her, and I defended her when she was at WWE with the whole situation with her and Naomi, I wrote about it. I defended their decision on what they did, because I understood from their perspective.
Yes,
I looked at from their perspective. But in this regard, this is what happens now, where Tony Khan has kind of put himself in a position where you give her the control. Now, essentially, that the AEW women's roster is looking pretty good. Mm-hmm. Now she has creative control, and she can dictate what goes on. And that, to me, is, like I said, it's like you give a player. It's like this. And like John is like, when
I'm going to comment on those, but yeah, go ahead, please.
It's to the point where, like, even when she did all that talking before she got there, which didn't make, but to wrap it up, is simply like this: AEW is now in a position where they're, in essence, when you give somebody creative control, you're kind of playing their cards. It's not the other way around.
Yep.
It's like, this is why you don't give people guaranteed money, because you know why? They could be like, oh, I'm hurt, and they still get paid. when you like a fingernail or like people think that you can tough it out through, they can be like, I don't have to do that house show in Peoria. I'm good. They don't have to do it.
Oh.
You know, like, I'll wait till I go to Chicago. That's when the people are going to be there. That's the position I kind of felt they're in now with Mercedes. And to me, I like her, but to me, having her to creative control, it doesn't look good from the perspective of it's not helping how people feel about her. Like to me, I like Mercedes the wrestler. I really do. But the creative control, I think, is going to cause more harm than good.
Yeah.
Not in the short term, but we're talking in the long term in terms of booking the AEW women's division moving forward.
Well, I mean, like I said a minute ago, you know, the Hulk Hogan WCW thing. How many times did Hogan pull that? Oh, I got creative control. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping the belt to him. Not tonight.
Hey, remember Sting and Starrcade?
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like,
and I mean, it's gonna go bad. Like you said, in the long run, it's gonna go bad. And what's to stop any other former talent or new talent to come in and say, "Oh, well, she's got it. I want it."
Yeah.
Right.
Like you're going to give it to Natalia?
You're going to give it to Saraya. You're going to give it to Tony. You're going to give it to Britt. What do you?
Britt, yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. Why
it's a slippery slope. That's what it is.
It's
exactly a slippery slope because, if you're trying to get any potential, like, let's just say, I don't think it may not happen, but let's just say if Becky Lynch does decide she's looking at Mercedes Moné like, well, I want that and a little bit more. So if you're TK, like,
because I mean, that's all it's going to take is I want that plus more. I'm going back.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's simple. It's negotiate. Yeah. It's like, well, I want this, or I'll just.
Like, are you going to lose me because I want that, or are you going to sign me and keep me
just give me what I want?
Yeah. Just do what Batista said in the promo. Just give me what I
want. And that's basically. Now, look, I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. So, because John, you came in right, and I hate to interrupt somebody when they're cooking.
No, you're good. I'm done.
So when Ladarius and Jerry came in, it's like I was like, all right, guys, go, just keep going because I'm down with that. All right, it doesn't help the character. And here's the thing. You know what's funny? If you wanted to do something revolutionary, why not just put Mercedes with the Elite? She's the CEO. She could even get more heat.
Yeah.
But if they try to push this whole babyface thing, and she cannot talk to save her life. If there was a reason why she was good in the ring, but they didn't want her leading off and talking on the mic because, it's like I have a hard time being understanding towards her. And, she could have moved the needle. She's not bad. Yeah. But you led off with her talking.
Yeah.
And over.
Yeah.
And that's where when someone looks at Tony Khan, they're like, this is the mistake you make. She isn't a babyface. Sucks as babyface kick.
Yeah, she's not.
John, we're agreement. We're agreeing here, brother. This is not an argument.
Even if you look at her WWE, to me, I always prefer her to be the heel.
Yeah,
because that's who she is. Like, don't shove it. Because
it's like pushing Roman Reigns when nobody wanted Roman Reigns.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. For years, stop. Let Roman cook, and you get what you get. What we saw in that reign. Let him. That's what he did so well. Mm-hmm. Let people be who they are. Some people are just natural heels. Some are natural faces. Don't try to take the wheel and reinvent it and try to make it a frisbee. No, just it's right there. Just let the wheel be the wheel. Let people be people, and you get what you saw with Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And you did. Go ahead.
I
wanted to say this. So we're talking about people that you could just tell offhand they're made to be a baby face.
Yeah.
Willow.
Yeah.
She can get the crowd behind, and she is just so good like that. There are a lot of faces, but, the heels, you look, the fans want to cheer for the heels. But when it comes to Mercedes, they don't want to cheer. Hold on, I got this comment also. Okay, I agree. CDouble, you could have put her with the elite, let her cook. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think tonight's very important because, yeah, she's coming to a promo, but you already know Britt Baker's got to interrupt this thing.
Oh yeah.
They better not try to keep it separate.
Or Britt needs to go out and cut a promo and Mercedes interrupt her.
Yes. I mean, either way, yes.
Somebody interrupt somebody.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Monet is doing a double championship celebration. Is that a face thing?
Yeah.
That right there. When you look, okay. Hey, look, guys, we're about to have a mega match. Will Ospreay versus Dancing Daniel Garcia. The Owen Hart match is going to be, we got 3 of those. Willow versus Chris Statlander. And who was Stat?
Stat a win.
Oh, Stat. I'm sorry, I was just staring at Statlander because she's hot.
You know who she's staying with or who's living with her?
Do tell.
Remember Caleb Crocker?
That mother.
Yeah, he lives with her.
Oh, doesn't deserve her. Anyway,
he doesn't deserve anybody, little piece of shit.
Amen. All right.
The shit out of women. He needs his ass beat.
Oh, don't just yeah. All right. This match should be interesting. Bryan Danielson versus Pac.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued by that one. And then, of course, the man that's supposed to win the Owen because he has an emotional tie to Owen, Jeff Jarrett, ain't he great? Is going to lose to either
JEFF, JARR.
We think Hangman. I still would love it to be MJF just to be a heel. I need heel MJF back. But yeah, so it's in Chicago. No, unfortunately, there's no CM Punk because at least then it would have been actually worthwhile to watch. Here's what you have Britt come out, say, look like I've been in here since day one. Yeah. And I'll be damned if I come in and see. That's exactly she the same energy she took to get to the top, she has to do to Mercedes.
Yeah.
And not only that, she's the one person on that roster that actually has that respect to let her do that.
My only issue, and I hope they don't do it, is how they did with Britt and Saraya when she came in.
That's what I'm concerned with too. Yeah.
How it's AEW versus WWE.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't do that again.
Yeah. Well, let's not go that route because it doesn't. It ruined it. To be honest, like it ruined something that could have been. And I mean, it was good.
I don't mind her taking shots of you had to come over here.
Yeah,
but don't fucking do like you did with them.
Yeah, just don't circumvent it and make it about it. Like
I just want Britt to go fully unfiltered like she did when she was going up to the top. Yeah. And because it was one of those, she initiated that. It wasn't anybody else.
Yeah.
That, so that's where, I give respect where it's due. And I mean, look, if Mercedes knows what's good for business, she better make sure that she's all on board with this because, she's got to work with this, especially if you end up beating her. Because let's be honest, she ain't losing to Britt. That's the problem I have. But all right, you have Britt cut the heel promos. No. Yeah, I'm with you, James. And like I said, I think you do that. But I just think the moment Britt comes into that ring, she's the face.
Yeah.
Mercedes the heel. And there's no way you can work around it. You can't play rock and everything and expect it. Now, also, ooh, man, I'm glad I almost forgot about this. So, all right, so 7:00. it is going to be on YouTube. WWE is finally going to do the WrestleMania thing or behind the scenes. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to go into 8:00.
Oh,
It won't. Yeah, it will not be over till like maybe 9. I'm going to guess, but I cannot wait for it. We'll talk about it either Saturday or whatever day we want to get together. But what are you hoping to see out of this? I mean, are you guys even excited about it?
I mean, isn't it just a backstory of the match between Cody and Roman?
I don't know. I think it's more than that, honestly.
Yeah, I think there's layers to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one thing I'm very curious about is what the legit tension between Cody and The Rock, because I in the clips that I saw, Triple H essentially said WrestleMania was like 80% booked.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, however, I'm just curious to see truly what was the conversations between Cody.
How much of a work was it?
Yeah, I want to see that. Exactly, Jared. I want to see percentage wise how like legit, like were we talking like were they going to come to blows, or are we talking like because the thing is the card was changed obviously.
Yeah.
I want to see how we got there, specifically between Cody. Like Roman Reigns is the important part of it, but specifically between The Rock and Cody, what was that conversation?
Well,
what was that like? And then more importantly, you have a whole lot of alphas in that room. Ain't no second. Everybody in there's everybody Hall of Famers. What was the conversation, and how did Triple H, essentially in charge of booking the card, how was
get The Rock to agree with it?
Yeah,
because how do you go that route? Because listen, everybody, whether people, I didn't mean to go on this tangent, but everybody has a right to, like, The Rock. Everyone has an ego, maybe not as big as The Rock's.
Yeah,
but even some people have smaller egos, bigger. But The Rock, how did Triple H manage to talk to The Rock and say, look, what Cody's saying has some validity.
Yeah.
We're listening. I said, because we have to listen to the fans to a certain degree. What was good, maybe up to a year before, maybe 6 months, we got to do something now. And what Cody is saying may have some traction. And how did that specifically impact the relationship between Triple H and The Rock, which was just as important relationship between Cody and The Rock? Because to me, The Rock is this. To me, I'm sorry. The Rock is the central figure in all of this, and I'm just curious to see how the relationships were behind the scene, because those were I can imagine some very tough conversations, like some very tough decision making. And listen, people say this all the time. Oh, I can do that job. Triple H part wasn't paid enough to deal with that, because like he said, like in the trailer, he said like WrestleMania was like 80% booked, and then all of a sudden things happen. Wrestling things happen. So I'm curious to see how he kind of navigated that, because like Jerry said, like how like the kayfabe. I want to know, are we talking like? Are we throwing dudes out of Stamford, Connecticut? Are we throwing guys at the window? Like, what are we doing? Like, how far did it go?
So, to my idea of it and my aspect of it, what I think, honestly, I think probably 95% of it was a work. That's just my thought. Honestly, I think it was to make the match bigger, so when Cody did finish that story, it got a bigger pop.
Yeah, it made him over.
It got him over a lot.
The legitimacy,
more. Yeah. That's what I think. I think this whole Rock thing was literally just something to get him over even more.
Yeah.
It's, from the slap to the tree to everything.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I go back to. The Rumble. and this is why I cannot wait for this, because I think I get it. I got guys, asking about the bloodline thing. I'll get it. I'll address it, John. But here's what I'm going to say. That Rumble, he knew they were doing this, and yet he still won the Rumble and still did the motion for Roman. And if you hear Brian Gewirtz, it's like he says, "Yeah, we told Cody, all you have to do is sell it." Like, "Yeah, get him, Rock." If Vince McMahon was around, that would have happened.
Yeah.
But because, and I really believe Hunter knew, he couldn't ignore the fans at this year's WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because it would have been malpractice. It really would have been.
And that's
it would have
why
been.
I think it was a work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a work, but I think there's some elements of shoot, though, Jerry. You know that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure there is some, but I don't think the whole Rock being mad because Cody's getting the title shot.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean,
I will say this. We ended up getting the final boss, and then we got Mama Rose. So, look, it's not like it was in vain.
No, I mean, it ended up being a good storyline.
Yeah, exactly. And that, to me, that was like Jerry said, to me, things had to be done to put this over the top. Because, listen, if you're Triple H, this is the 40th anniversary of, this is a huge
first. And it's his first.
Yeah, it's his first, yeah.
And it's his first being in that chair, having to make the decisions. And he had to make this, that we will be talking about this 10, 20 years from now, which we probably will. Because, and like Jerry said, I lean toward like 85, 90 on the what you talked about with the shoot versus the kayfabe versus the shoot. But to me, that's still percentage. It had to be done because we got the final boss. We got possibly one of the greatest sequences. Imagine getting on both nights where we're getting The Undertaker, we're getting Cena, we got The Rock. We're literally getting like some of the biggest WrestleMania main eventers, hit hands down. Period. The only person that could have made it over the top, if you somehow
or Stone Cold.
You got Stone Cold out from Texas, and you got him out there. You got him out to Philly. So to me, that's what I'm looking for in this documentary, to see how Triple H navigated. How do you manage the egos? How do you balance listening to the fans and balance putting on what's best for the business? Because at the end of the day, like you said, CDouble, this was an opportunity he had to listen to the fans. Because of basically what happened to, the last time Cody had faced Roman. It left a lot of people with a bitter taste in their mouth. So now the fans are like, listen, if Cody doesn't win it now, well, when is he going to win it?
Well, not just happened. Also, it made him. You got that full year of investment with Cody.
Yeah. So but that's
we are so close. Why are you going to take it away from us?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is that that's why he had to listen. This was the year where I always say, don't listen to us fans all the time, but he had to legitimately listen because of the fact of what you talked about. I may be just the weatherman sitting here, pointing at the clouds and you're at the anchor desk, which is fun. Just don't touch my Dr. Pepper at the desk. But the point is, I think in general, I just kind of feel, I'm just super curious to see that when you invest, I don't care what sport or what industry it is, when you invest, like, money and time, to me, are equal. Like people say it's not equal, but it's equal. When you because time is money and money is time. Putting the effort into Cody Rhodes, and like you said, we're over a year. So, and it kind of ties into Jerry's point. It had to be done in a way that it was memorable and that made Cody over the top. That was the penultimate goal. And it's just figuring out, it's kind of like at a factory. How do things get made? How did that happen? I'm just curious to see what those conversations were like.
Right.
Because obviously, we're not. I just want to see Cody, Triple H, and The Rock, those conversations. Because I don't believe, like I said earlier, like Jerry made a great point. Like the kayfabe, yeah, I lean more to, like I said, 85, 90%. But I'm just curious to see what we get out of that, because I just want to see how we got to the product. How do we get to the final product? Because it's a WrestleMania. We're going to be talking about. We probably, all three of us will still be here. Maybe, my beard will be a little bit longer, like CDub's, and Jerry's beard will be Jerry's beard, and then that's how long we'll have probably talking about this for another 10, 15, forever. Probably tell our kids.
If they'll listen.
And back to you in the studio, C-Dub. Back to you.
I mean, I agree with you, and that's where I am intrigued by this. I really am, and I wasn't trying to no sell it where, oh man, it doesn't really mean it. No, it does mean something. This is something that in wrestling you saw where everybody pretty much had to take a pivot, and it had to be everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't have been one person. So with that being said, that's where it got me. And, we're not even talking about what happened to Seth.
Yeah.
Seth being such a key figure, what he had to do to get to Mania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We all watched that match with him and McIntyre. It was hard to watch that match.
Because you did just to come back already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Switching over again.
We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more.
And I'm right back. Had to restart this stinking computer. All right. So let's talk SmackDown. So yes, make sure you check that out on YouTube. Also, check out Wrestling Matt. He's also one of the new guys that have been on YouTube lately, doing a lot of good stuff. He used to work with WWE, talking a lot of stuff that he had to learn, or he learned and had to deal with, and some of the craziness, especially when he was talking about the pandemic and Rey Mysterio and everything. Because he did an interview with him. He's showcasing all these masks to him. Ray forgot to wear the mask with the eye patch, so they couldn't do the audio. They couldn't do the video, so they had to do, an audio version. And then they had to figure something else to do with the mask, because, he's showing what the history of Lucha is.
Yeah.
So very good stuff to check out. All right. So, yeah, SmackDown, we had part one. We had Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens deciding to beat the holy hell out of the Bloodline 2.0. And with no Jacob Fatu. Paul Heyman. God bless this man. He's like, where's Jacob Fatu? He's so dangerous.
Not here.
He's not here. He just walked by. You used to see Paul. I'm right here. I'm right here. He felt like a father. It's like, hello, I'm not getting told nothing. But then, wait that off. Then we got a whole bunch of qualifying matches. Tiffany Time is in Money in the Bank, thank God. Naomi won. I was surprised. I thought Brie was going to win that, but I'm actually okay with that, because I think Naomi might be my dark horse winner in this thing. And then let's see, the battle of the NBA superstars. I don't know about y'all, but nothing makes me crack up laughing than to see two guys who probably don't want to get fouled look like they're going to try to get physical with somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I've seen, Halliburton. No. We couldn't get LeBron for this. We had to get. All right, fine. All right.
Well, no. I get it. I actually liked it. It was clever. But Logan brings out Halliburton, the guy that basically they had a series where Halliburton and the Pacers beat the Knicks in 7 games.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, it was a good series. It really was. So to get cheap Pete, he brings out Halliburton. Love the shirt, 317. But then Jalen Brunson is at ringside. Now, Jalen is looking at Halliburton not like a wrestler. He looking at him like, I'm going to mess this man up. I mean,
Yeah.
Adam Silver can't say shit to me if I beat this motherfucker. I mean, that's basically, you could tell what he was thinking.
Silver's watching like, oh no.
Silver's like, what did I say yes to?
I didn't read I didn't read it.
I didn't read the contract.
It said Madison Square Garden. It said.
I thought it was. I thought it was a WNBA game. Anyway,
forget it. Forget it. I'll play 2K.
Yeah. So, and by the way, the NBA 2K versions or WWE 2K people making Halliburton and Jalen Brunson, keep it going. That's some high quality stuff. That was hilarious.
You guys are doing the Lord's work.
You guys are doing God's work. I'm telling you.
You guys, if I can pay you, I probably would. Maybe not. But you're doing great.
I wouldn't pay you because I'm broke. But, hey, you're hitting the heart.
But you get this. You get this. You get the finger point. That's what you get.
Yes. I mean, even Jerry's very excited about this. So, but
Jerry looks
LA, So LA Knight wins. I was surprised also. I thought they would just kind of cancel LA and Logan and let Santos win, but I guess not. But what did y'all think of the match?
I'm on weather, Jerry.
Jerry, you're covering sports.
I'm setting up the weekend forecast for the people tomorrow.
I mean, I'm glad LA won because I want to see him get pushed. But I would have liked to have seen the LA and Logan thing keep going a little more. But I thought it was a pretty decent match.
I think LA and Logan are going to tear it down at SummerSlam. That's basically where they're going. I think that's where it needs to go. Yeah. I think Logan's going to cost them. What I would propose is I'd like to see Logan take out LA Knight before the match. And then they have to bring in somebody else. But, hey, it doesn't matter who they bring in because Logan just took out LA, and that would give you an opportunity to do another interference or some other stuff if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so then let's just call it what it is. That ceremony, the acknowledgement ceremony. So Solo tells you, Jacob's not here. It won't be here. And just like a hussy, he lied to Paul. Paul even saw being lied to like he just got hurt. But, yeah, then they started, by the way, entrance for Jacob Fatu. Don't you tell me this man ain't going to be built to do something big in WWE with that entrance, because that entrance was legit. Oh, my God. So good. He reminds me too much of Umaga. He really does. And that might bring in somebody who could be a possible Wiseman replacement, but we'll talk about that later.
I saw that.
Yeah. All right. So we saw it. What was y'all's thoughts on the acknowledgement ceremony and the Haktui powerbomb that Paul Heyman ended up having to take? Poor
Heyman.
God, you know what? I love Heyman. He took that power, but
oh yeah,
my God!
I mean, he's always taken an ass whooping. Like he doesn't care.
Yeah. It's nothing new, but
that's like Vince. Vince always took an ass whooping. He didn't care.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Paul's the same way. Like Paul is what 56, 57?
57? Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah,
taking fucking power bombs through tables.
When Paul saw the Eufaula, he knew what was going to happen. Because he knew there ain't no way he's turning on Roman, which I love that.
Yeah, me too.
And here's the crazy thing about all this. Roman ain't done anything.
No, since Mania.
To turn face.
Nope.
So we don't know what type of Roman we're getting. Now, I pray to God we don't see a vest. That's all I ask. But also...
I don't think that's going to happen right now.
Yeah. But... don't anyway. I was about to say no Shield music, please. But
I don't think that's happening right now either.
Yeah, please God, we don't need that. But I just think the way everything came together was amazing. they did the beatdown, and you hear it in, Corey Graves' commentary, and also even on Monday Night Raw. But what did y'all think about that?
I mean, it was nice. It was a nice segment. I like how they're still trying to tie in that, he is the new head of the table, even though he's not the new head of the table. But I like the whole thing, beating up Paul and, and honestly, this is just me fantasy booking. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You know that.
So we got the idea for War Games, but I'm thinking maybe Roman come back a little bit before SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Just hear me out.
I'm listening. We're listening.
So have Jacob, Tama, Loa, Roman, Brock, Punk. Paul's guys versus Bloodline's guys.
Can we get Boombox Brock, or we just get like Angry Brock?
I want Boombox Brock. If we get Boombox Brock,
honestly, I don't even care.
If we don't get this, I don't know if I can.
But I don't know what we're doing. I want Boombox Brock.
Honestly, I think that would be a good SummerSlam match.
Boombox Brock. Got it. There.
SummerSlam match, maybe. I mean, it could be a Survivor Series match. The Survivor Series 5-on-5.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still have that threesome. I mean, yeah, you can add the Usos involved, right? Because remember, Hikuleo is also supposed to be showing up too.
Well, apparently. Zilla's still not signed either.
Yeah, we're waiting on that too. So.
But I'm thinking outside of those two people, without them being signed right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, that would, because there's rumors of Brock coming back.
Yeah.
And that would be a good way to bring Brock back. And then that would be, all three of them have a reason to team up and beat the shit out of the Bloodline because they're Paul Heyman guys.
Yeah.
What about Ryback?
Fuck Ryback.
Yeah. What Jerry said.
All right, go ahead, Jerry.
Terrible way to segue to me. Terrible. You left me after Ryback. Great. I'll see what I can do.
You got this, brother.
Yeah, I need more Dr. Pepper in the contract for that. But
all right, bro, I got you, bro.
I go back. This is a 5-pack. I'm pretty sure it's a 6-pack. But to me, I think kind of Jerry hit the thing. To me, I just liked how it all played out. Because we knew there was no chance on God's green, beautiful earth that Paul Heyman was not going to acknowledge Solo Sikoa.
No.
So you sense like, oh man, Paul Heyman might get it tonight. But you're kind of like, well, how do we, I'm always curious about the how do we get there part. And it's like immediately after they went to town on him. And it was over. And the way that the thing about Paul Heyman is that one of the things he does, he took it. He can take it. He's taking his fair share of tail whoopings in his time.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any concerns because look what happened to him at what was it, SummerSlam?
Yeah.
So like after I saw that, I'm like, yeah, he could take anything. But I think it was perfectly told because you knew at some point they were gonna phase Paul Heyman out. But the question was, how do we do it? That's the way you do it. You do it unequivocally. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of makes room for maybe to somebody else to take the position of Paul. Maybe we don't,
Armando
Estrada. I want that hat and I want the sticker.
I want it to be him. I really do. I don't care now. It's like,
well, he's managed Jacob before.
Yeah, that when I saw that he did, I was like, do it, just do it.
Hey Hunter, look. What if I told you I'd pay for his hats and the cigars? We can make this happen. Like, is money an issue? Yes, but I have enough to get the cigars and the hats. How many hats? You don't worry about that. I know a hat guy. Don't you worry about that. Where? Maybe Peoria. I don't know. That's none of your business. Maybe he got me Coke tickets once. But what I will say is that what they're doing with the whole Paul Heyman, they're trying to further solidify Solo as the quote unquote head of the table, which we all know it's not, but it's the storytelling. And that to me, with the whole bloodline, whether it's this incarnation or the previous incarnation, it's always been about storytelling and adding characters, which they've done over the last month. So to me, it's about the progression. And that's what we said. How are they gonna, after WrestleMania? This is what we're getting, and they laid the foundation down. And what you saw on SmackDown was like, that's another chapter. Heyman's out. That was bound to happen. How do you do it? You beat the bejesus out of him. He can take it like a champ. And he looked bloodshot eyes. He was tired anyway. My guy can get some rest and be ready for whenever Roman Reigns comes back.
Look, no matter what, I want everyone to remember this. He got Kayla back after all these years.
Yeah, he did.
That man scared the bejesus out of Kayla, and I got to go here. Great job, Paul. I'm good.
Walking down the hallway. Oh my!
There has never been something funnier than I have ever seen of Paul Heyman overreacting to Kayla going, "Hi, Paul." Ah!
What the? I thought they were going to go that route.
That was awesome. Now I got to go here. Not Kayla being in charge, but but no, I think so. Here's an idea I have, because originally I was like, well, Roman could come back at Money in the Bank, and then save Paul basically. Well, now they killed Paul. Well, but the thing I would do now, I wouldn't have. I need to know what shape Jimmy's in, because here's why. I'm looking at Money in the Bank match, and we're talking about, well, Punk could get involved, this. Let's have a little fun, though, because a lot of people have talked about Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso deserving to win. The Bloodline 2.0 is surrounding Jimmy, or around Jey. Jimmy shows up and basically runs him out, and is basically guarding the ladder so Jey could get that briefcase. And now Jey kind of, one, he owes his brother, but two, it finally brings in a way to now, because now they're looking at Jey. And now you can get Jimmy and Jey together so we can have the Guerrillas of Destiny versus the Usos.
Yeah.
I would not be upset. It would make sense, and you wouldn't have to worry about the Money in the Bank, because you could work something out later on.
Right. And I mean, even if Jey wins, that also gives a way to get Jey back on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could go for Cody.
Yeah.
And then there you go. He's back on SmackDown. There's your War Games.
And he has made it very clear he would love to unite with Roman again, as, kind of seeing it the other way. And I'm going, well, this is what we're seeing now. With basically Roman's going to have to assemble his army.
Yeah.
And that's going to be cool to see. But yeah, I like Solo's group. I like the Bloodline. I like it should be not even Bloodline. It should be Savage Line, the way they go at it. But
right.
I just thought that'd be a cool way for Money in the Bank to go down. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know about you guys. We haven't really talked in a bit, but I have enjoyed Monday Night Raw. I mean, the commentary's great. Yeah. I mean, it's like I have no problems listening to both commentators. I mean,
I know where this is going. Keep going.
I love, Miz, give or take, and then Michael had to go solo because R-Truth booked him in the match.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. But Corey Graves, music to my ears. Thank you, Corey. He's such a good man. So good to see. Listen to commentary, not be dog or, what's all of it. It's like, we could calm it down sometimes.
All right. Connery? What was that?
Oh, Lord. All right. I love the opening of Raw. I love Jey Uso. I even liked Chad Gable interrupting. I like the whole look. I set it up with Unk. He could have the fly flies, mosquitoes, the cockroaches. I don't care. And by the way, if y'all haven't, it's been like leaked. Jey Uso was like hiding under the ring when the Wyatts did their thing. And he's just like, hey, yeet if you think I was smart to hide. Yeet. So I loved it. I thought, hold on. That's what I like about Jey Uso. He's not stupid. He
gets it.
And I love his entrance. I love that it's coming from the corridor. I like him being around the fans. It has opened an avenue of seeing his connection with the crowd. I'm totally for that.
Yeah.
So the Wyatts show up. We get another VCR tape, not a VH cassette or whatever Michael Cole called it the last time.
VHS cassette.
And by the way, we need to check on security. Is this gas like poisonous, or is it just maybe that these guys are allergic to it to make them fall over? Because Corey and Michael Cole were just like standing around,
they were cool. Like these rent-a-cops, like are these?
The fans didn't get affected, but these guys.
Wait a minute, I'm a rent-a-cop. God damn it,
Derek, be careful.
Don't worry.
Jerry's gonna run over to Eric Rowan to get beat. Kill me! Or that or Nikki. Either one.
It's more likely Nikki.
Exactly. I know you too well. So, but yeah, guys, I'm loving the Wyatt stuff. I like the I love the video that Bray or
Bo
that Tyler did. And guys, did you notice how much he sounded like Bo, or like how he sounded like Bray?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And his mannerisms, the more guys, I don't know what the Wyatt 6 is going to be, but I am hooked on everything they're doing right now. So let's just talk about that. I know there are other things that happen, but what did y'all think about the Wyatts, that whole video concept? Both ones. They did the one the week before. And then, yeah. What do you think, Jerry? We'll let you spot.
Honestly, I like the videos. Like it's telling the story of how, they're getting reborn into these new people, these new characters, and it's also kind of giving you a inside on not really Uncle Howdy, but the feelings of Taylor and what's happening, what's going on since he lost Bray. But I mean, it was good segments. I mean, I was excited for the Wyatts anyways. So
yeah. What about you, Ladarius? What did you think about it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just the authenticity. It's the realness of it. And I think what made it enjoyable is that what made the videos enjoyable is that you're getting, it felt real, it felt tangible. It didn't feel like, oh, this is just like a gimmick. No, this is legitimate. This is here to stay. And to me, like Jerry, I was already excited when, for when they were, and to me, to kind of see Taylor in that moment, it was very scary to watch. Not like bad scary, but like it made you think about Bray a little.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
And that to me was like, it hit you right straight. I don't care who you are. It was honest and it was real, and whatever they do, it's gonna have meaning. It's going to have some significance on the roster, because some folks may feel like, they're gonna impact, and they showed it. Yeah. And like I say, Chad Gable is just there may be some more folks, who might get the old Chad Gable zombie treatment,
they didn't do that good of a job. He can still wrestle.
Yeah.
They're like
nothing fixed a bullet hole better than what was it? The skin tape.
Skin tape, Flex Seal, and all. Chad, are you all right? All right, get back out there, kid.
Yeah, I got it. I put a little dirt on it.
Am I a zombie? Chad, get out of here.
Please, you're good. Go wrestle.
But like I say, it's enjoyable, and I'm just curious to see what happens next. It's just so good. The video, like I just love the videos. Like security wise, I'm not saying I can do their job. I'm not saying it could be the, like.
I think I'm gonna let security. If I call that security, I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Just take a nap." You guys,
who's gonna walk me to my car? Not you.
Y'all can't make it. You'll fall asleep.
I'll get Otis. Like Otis, I'll get Otis and Braun.
Ham.
Braun, what can you do?
Hey, Braun will do the Choo Choo Express. I mean, you might not even have to walk over there. Oh my God!
On his back.
Yes. So
I'm in danger, Braun. Get me out of here.
So yeah, what was it? We got, what was it? I'm trying to remember. My thoughts were this. I just was very impressed with, for the first time, I felt like we heard Taylor, not Bo.
Yeah. For
the first time, he was able to connect his brother and tapped into that raw passion. And I think that's what we talk about when we're talking about the connecting, the, feeling, this guy was very close to his brother. He loved his brother. Unlike me and Jerry, we don't, our brothers, whatever. But, that's another story for another day. But, we don't need the couch for us today.
That's when I'm not in the studio. That's when I take the day off and I show up late. And they
we just have a really good cry. But no,
what's going on, guys?
But no, it's just really cool. And people are asking, do you need to hear from the other members?
No.
Okay, you guys say no. Cool. Because see, I actually was thinking, I was like, no, I don't want to. When Bo said that these people were chosen and that he started talking about the clay and being moldable,
the only one that should talk outside of Taylor is Bliss if she comes back.
I would say Gacy would have been the other one. I would have actually said Gacy. Everyone else, you kind of understand the connection. Gacy is the one I look at and I go, he's the one that was basically Bray again.
Yeah.
That's why I would like to hear from him, just because I like what he does. But, yeah, I can see that. If Bliss shows up, she needs to be – I can definitely flow with that. All right. So, and then, of course, we talked about Chad, the evolution of Chad Gable, who is now talking to Otis as he's eating. And let me tell you something.
Listen, that's
a bad idea.
Yeah. Now, look. You guys know me. I've been trying to work out. I'm doing my treadmill for an hour. I do my stuff. Ladarius, I think you can know me. And also, Jerry, I know you do. If I got 2 plates of food, the last thing I need someone to tell me is about my eating habits.
Yeah.
All right. Or, it's kind of stupid what you're doing. It's like, this is your problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you wonder why you have a problem. So the best part of Monday Night Raw, though, there's a couple of things. The Wyatts, no matter what they do, I'm very intrigued by that.
Yeah.
My God, guys. Live and die, baby. Oh, buddy. I mean, come on. First of all, Carlito is the Latin uncle of the family now.
Man.
He is it. Because here's why.
That's a sitcom. That's a 90s sitcom.
This is our sitcom. Yes, we were talking about this. Yeah. I mean, this is our sitcom. Carlito, who says all the wrong things at the wrong time.
Yep.
I'm playing at you. It's like,
damn it.
But not even before that. It's him, Daddy Priest, talking to son Dom, who he's very upset with. And man set him up to look like a dummy. So you talk to Rhea? Yeah, we're cool. Oh, you're cool. I talked to Rhea. She's pissed. And it's Pierce, please come here, man. Stop being the daddy. Stop.
You
And then,
don't- yeah.
then Dom says the greatest line in all the land. God, you sound like my dad. What you say?
Nothing.
And then he pulls out a belt and they cut the segment. What did you say? Oh, they cut the
What's up, Ron? So yes, and he when he said that, they opened the door and there's Liv. Oh, the sunshine to the Judgment Day. I mean, to be fair, she really is. She did bring them
I mean, she got him
a
a PS5.
PS5. Homegirl not just brought the PS5. She brought. Hold on, I like to be transformed to alcohol. By saying we made them notice. Oh, I know. Yes, I agreed. That was so cool. I agree, John. So we're talking about Judgment Day and how finally now we're getting some stuff addressed now. Because Liv goes, I got to get ready for my match. See you later, Daddy Dom. And Dom, strong like water.
bro.
Yeah, strong.
Yeah.
The
strong.
willpower.
The-
The willpower. I'm like,
He is not folding. He is making it that he can't fold up like Old Navy. But my Lord. But, and, Carlito the Cool, he's like, hey, playing this, you. He's like, what are you doing here? JD and Finn have their tag belts hanging. So, hey, they got gold.
I mean, she didn't get him gold.
Yeah, and Priest trying to lay down the law to Daddy Finn, I think Finn has been the greatest father, if you think about it, out of all this. He has been trying to keep Dom in check. He's trying to open up to Liv to understand where her mentals are, her chickens are at. And he's also fostering JD, because look at that head. You can't just let that head be by itself.
How it gets through the door. I think they kind of do
Yes.
like the commercials with like Shaq. Where he's like the
How
Lexus
much
commercial.
butter is used on it?
Yeah, it's like how they try to get Shaq and the Lexus. I'm like how many takes was that? Because
Or did you ever watch Shaq and Cena going inside of a smart car? That is even more impressive.
It's like how many takes was this? At least 50.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, so we have that. But so Finn, Priest, he's like, I don't think Liv needs to be here. And I loved how he was like, well, that's funny. She helped us win the tag belts. Unlike you putting your spot on the line against Seth. What's that you said? You don't need us?
Oh.
And love that they brought that. We all have watched wrestling, and someone says something, and they never touch it. It's like, we just don't hear nothing. No, they heard it. So I like that. That was the dress. And then he starts, backpedaling, but also it's like, look, when you need me, I need you, we need each other. And it's like, okay, I love you. You love me.
But big happy family.
Yeah. So what we got we got Zelina Vega and Liv, and I got to go here. I'm proud of Zelina Vega. She's come a long way. Okay. I think Liv is really gonna be good at champ, but I love what they're doing with her with this situation, because it's like, oh, they're hiding her with the belt. It's like, well, show me on the roster who's getting the shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not really upset about it. What I'm saying though is that you have to do stuff, especially to keep it going, especially if Rhea's not ready yet.
Right.
So I think Rhea is going to be ready by SummerSlam. That's my personal view.
Oh, yeah.
But she had to get married to Gomez or Jerry or Gomez Jerry. Why are you flicking me off? I am giving you compliments, my bro. I would love to be you. I mean, your muscle brown brother got married to Rhea.
My interview with Jerry about being
not me though, damn it.
You said, quote, I'm nobody Matthews, and I can't repeat the rest of on this news channel. But you can go to our YouTube channel to hear the rest of our
Mr. Matthews, you are the MVP. All right. But yeah.
Gifts needed.
Oh man. I mean, and you know what? Get well soon. So but I just
he's hurt too.
Yeah, he is. And I hate it for him, but man, I want him back in WWE. Not just for Rhea, but I would just love to see him back. I really do. He was so good. But what did y'all think about the Judgment Day? the whole. I mean, really, they had Triple H has made it where everything they do revolves around what they do lately,
Right.
and it's not bad. It actually is quite hilarious.
Oh,
People are watching it online too. So
yeah, no, it's not bad at all. I mean, they're keeping it going though, which is good because they're not just killing it, and because most groups they don't last long. We,
Yeah.
we all know that.
yeah,
Just like tag teams, they don't last long. So it's good to see that they kind of keeping it going, but not pushing it either.
yeah. So with you. What do you think, Ladarius?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think, like I said, we kind of talked about this, kind of like Bloodline way, how we do things post, like a star missing, and the way they've kind of gone about this, and the direction they're going with Liv Morgan, I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's just the bigger curiosity is going to be, how can I phrase it? Is that directionally, like I say, if Rhea is ready by SummerSlam, which I think she will be, given that the timeline we were given, months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. It's so good.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm big. I say this ad nauseum on the show. I love a good storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Get me hooked. And like to me like the little, like, how can I phrase it? Even that little kind of back and forth between Damian and and Finn, that's gonna they've been dropping seeds on a potential something happening there. Maybe it may not happen this year. It may not happen, at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, but keep your eye out on, like, they've dropped so many kind of potential dissension amongst in the ranks.
Yes.
Liv coming over to potentially, maybe, I'm not saying like a new Judgment Day where Liv replaces Rhea or something like that, but it's just they've done a great job of just mapping this thing out and kind of navigate, because like, look, like when Rhea went down, something had to change. And so by kind of putting Liv in there and Liv saying Liv's revenge tour, which is probably on the same level as Taylor Swift's Eras tour, same thing to me. Same
Okay.
thing. So they're just doing a great job of that. To me, I think, and to me, how can you not love Carlito? Like,
Oh.
look, I just can't wait for Raw to be on Netflix so bad, because what they can do with all of that. Listen, when they ask you, are you still watching? You bet, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hitting that button like, yeah, I'm watching. So
what do you think?
Right?
Like, are you liking this?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Do we get apples with this? Nah.
I mean, I will say this. I would love. So here's my little thought. It's like I have wanted Dom to cave to Liv, but it makes so much sense if they just simply do it this way. Liv or Dom still doing this whole. He hasn't picked a side. But the first match between Rhea and Liv, Dom turns on Rhea.
Yeah.
And it has to be done. Rhea has to lose that first match.
Yeah.
It will not hurt her. She will get her. If anything, her getting payback will be epic. She will stalk the Judgment Day. And that's what you want. Yeah. Because it's like, all right, Liv. It's almost like when the villain gets everything they want, but don't expect the hell that's about to follow after that. And that's kind of what I look at it. And I just, God, man, you could really do something big with that. So I love it. I love the matches. I liked how Dom went against his dad. By the way, I got to go here. Dom's actually gotten better in the ring. Got to give him some credit there. And his dad gave him the greatest assist in the match. Homeboy drop kicked his son into Liv. You're an American hero, right, Mysterio?
Yeah. Father's Day, a little.
He's basically telling his son, "Go get him, Tiger." So all right. What do we think about? Let's see. We got that. I know we had the. So Zoe Starks won. You know, I think the women's Money in the Bank is kind of going to be Tiffany or maybe Naomi, but that's about it. What do y'all think?
Sounds about right to me. Honestly, the only other person I would say would probably be Dio.
Yeah, I can see you, but I
just for the back-to-back factor.
Hold on here. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, Ladarius is having some camera issues, so we will have him back. So
yeah, just for the back-to-back factor is the only reason I say Io.
Yeah, I'm with you, and that's my only thing. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to think of the matches that we had on the show. Creed's got announced for Bloodsport.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is going to be interesting. I think they will do well there.
I think Shayna got announced again too.
Yeah, Shayna did too. What do you think about WWE just allowing these guys?
I like it.
I love it too. This is something that we want to see.
I don't think they're going to let them branch out like AEW or TNA do, but I think certain shows that they trust. I like it.
Yeah. We're gonna go through and we're gonna talk about. So we had this interesting stuff that happened in Raw, and basically, you had Chad trying to win back with Otis, got that done. Something else that I love is how Triple H uses the whole arena to be watched. So you'll see people in the background like Sonya talking to someone and seeing, Zoe getting dragged away. And I guess my next question is going to be, we get Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. They have this stipulation where if Seth wins, Priest leaves Judgment Day. If Priest wins, Seth doesn't go for the belt as long as Priest is the champ. And don't worry, Priest's going to lose it at SummerSlam because there is no way Gunther's going to lose. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I've noticed they have had Gunther more build like a main event star.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see him wrestle. When he does, it's going to be box office basically. So that's good. He deserves that. We're going to also see this. Finn is going to turn on Damian, cost him the championship feud. I think that should happen. I really do think. I think Seth should beat Damian. Right. And I believe, should be.
I think Gunther would get more out of beating Seth than he would out of beating Priest.
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing wrong with beating Seth. Again, Seth can handle that. And not only that, like you just said, when you have Gunther versus a smaller man, that guy can really work well with Gunther.
Yeah.
Seth is going to give him a great match.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nothing against Priest, but I think
it'll do more for his career.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. And not only that, I said it once, I'll say it again. Gunther's going to win that belt, and he'll have it for as long as they want him to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see him losing it. I mean, even if they do try to cash in on him, I could see him beating the guy that beats the guy,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some interesting things you could do. But let's see where we're going. I'm trying to remember the match card. All right. So the other thing that I've enjoyed was the Intercontinental title match setup. And that was Sami Zayn coming out. And then we got to have Sami versus Braun. And basically they had it, face to face. That's basically what this was. Do too early for Braun, or do you think we're right at that path? And
I don't
what
think
do you
it could hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's already showed that he can have a title and carry it. So, he's NXT champion, 2-3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we see that he can carry a title.
Yeah.
I don't think Sammy's the right person he should beat for it. And that's nothing against Sammy. That's just me. I think it like with Gunther. I don't think it would do much for Braun's career to beat Sammy as it would to beat somebody like Finn or Seth, somebody like that's a higher tier superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not saying Sammy's not a high tier superstar. It's just I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You understand it, but it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah. Well, my thought was this when I was watching this. Like, I think Braun could win it. It wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, he could carry the title, no problem. I'm not.
Yeah, I think he could win it right now. Wouldn't be a problem. If you're trying to hold it and say, let's give it till SummerSlam to put it on him. Now I'm listening too because I'm going, that's a stadium show.
Yeah.
And this is a young guy that you're trying to build around. You want as many eyeballs possibly on him.
Yep.
And so what I think should happen is a couple of things. You could do it a couple of ways. You could have Braun, beating the hell out of Sammy, and he's just kicking so much ass, the ref disqualifies him.
Right.
I know that's ridiculous, but sometimes the simplest things to do is better.
Yeah.
So you could do that, or you could come around and maybe even involve Sheamus. Let's see if Ludwig heals from those ribs. Because I still think SummerSlam, we're cutting a 4-way.
Yeah.
And I think it would be Ludwig, Sheamus, Braun, Sammy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even doing that, waiting until SummerSlam and doing that, okay, yeah, he can beat Sammy. It's going to elevate him because it's more than just Sammy he's beating.
Yes.
He's beating Sheamus, who's been there for ever, been multiple time heavyweight champion. So, I mean, that would boost his career to that level of, hey, this is the, fight with Gunther. This is the top title.
Yeah.
Mid card. Here I am.
Yeah. So, all right, Ladarius, welcome back. We are talking about the Intercontinental title match, basically the hype between Sammy, Braun, and basically what's your thoughts about this match?
Which one? The
Intercontinental title match. IC title.
I think the match is going to be. I think it's interesting because kind of the way I look at it is that I'm not as convinced that maybe Sammy comes down and retains, because I could make a case for Lou. I can make a case for everybody else.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And so, but with that being said, I'm looking forward to it. I think having this Fatal 4, you kind of kill two birds with one stone in a way. You kind of get that feud between like Sheamus and Ludwig. You're getting that mixed in, on top of what Sammy and Braun is kind of doing. But it's going to be an entertaining match because to be honest, you got 4 dudes who can go. That's number one. You get that experience with Sheamus and Sammy. So it checks a lot of boxes in a Fatal 4-way match to me.
Yeah, that's why I think that will happen at SummerSlam.
That's like what I was saying before you rejoined. Like, to me, I don't think him just beating Sammy will do a whole lot as far as career-wise.
Yeah.
As to where if he beats Sammy, Sheamus, and Ludwig, basically what I was saying with Gunther too, if Gunther beats Priest, it's not going to do a whole lot. But if he beats Seth, it's going to skyrocket his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's and you're absolutely right, Jerry. Sometimes people say, "Oh, well, it's the belt." No, it's who you take it off of.
Yes.
That's what made like Cody Rhodes beating Roman a big deal, because no one could beat the guy for his belt for 3 years. So So when people talk about the belt's important, but who's holding the belt and if you beat them is important because and I think it's integral, especially when we talk about like a Braun Breaker, just for example. No disrespect to Sammy or the other competitors, it would hit different if he beat somebody else.
Yeah.
It would hit absolutely different, and I don't want to knock Ludwig I don't want to knock anybody, but to me, I think Braun at some point, maybe by the end of the year, will be the IC champion. Maybe by the end of the year, I don't know, not a big city expert on it, but I think that's the kind of direction they want to go. But once again, it's how you get there. And I just expect this match to be, if it's anything like I expect it to be, we're going to get a little high flying action. We're going to get a bunch of dudes beating the bejesus out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get all the elements that we love as fans all in this match.
Right.
And that's what I love about like triple threats and fatal four ways, because you get, sometimes comparing styles and then you get those contrasting styles.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you kind of see that mixing in. So to me, I say Sammy retains, but that's not with the greatest of confidence.
Well, like
I actually agree.
Like you said, somebody get involved and
I said,
or Braun loses control and gets disqualified.
Yeah, it's like I say, I say that with hands up, like don't piddle until I pull out my reviews probably tomorrow or Friday. That's when you'll know for sure. But since we're talking to the beautiful people, I'll just say Sammy's retaining. But don't be shocked if the mind changes the more I think about it, because there's a lot of moving parts to it.
Exactly. I think this match, even though it could go one way or the other, if you wanted to spin it off in different ways, you can.
Yeah.
And that's where I hope Triple H, it's like, don't be afraid to, hey,
play
let's
it
out. Let Braun beat the holy shit out of Sammy. And then he just loses control because he can't pin him.
Well, and there's been that incidents where Braun's lost control and been suspended, and I mean,
exactly,
keep playing it.
Yeah, so you could play into it, but then be like, or Sammy could look at Pierce and go, I don't care. I want him in a match. Put him in this thing. Put him in a four-way. I don't care. Put him in. And it's like, okay, fine, but I don't want to do it to you, but, All right. If you want a match where the main event is basically, I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, he's going to hit you, he's going to hit me as hard as possible, I got the main event for you. Oh, my God. That triple threat match.
I saw clips of that match, and I'd kill somebody if they hit me like that.
Yeah, like
they were knocking the shit out of each other.
It's like that's something you see like in the street, like when you hit like listen.
Yeah, like I get it in Europe and Scotland and all that. They work a lot stiffer than we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way they're trained. It's just like Japan.
Yeah.
But you hit me like that, we gonna fight.
Yeah. Like look. If you hit me the way that what I saw, like look. I don't know who you gotta call or who we gotta talk to about whatever. Because like listen, it felt like it kind of gave off the vibes of like a legitimate, like you're really pissed at, like it wasn't like, oh, we're professionals and we're having a good time. No. I said just one hit and I've been like, I've been like this.
Yeah, you hit me like that. We fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
I just go like this. I go back in the corner and like,
okay. You watch the beginning of that match, and McIntyre's just pushing Dragon off, and I'm going, that's not a good idea, there, bro. That's not good.
Carlito's like,
that's who we were missing, the real heavy hitter, yeah. Carlito.
Carlito's like, even I know that's not cool.
Carlito's like, nah, I got too many bumps on my bump card.
Nope. I got some in the back. You want to see? No.
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, what did y'all think about this match? Because this match hit.
Well, it did not surprise me given who was involved. And kind of like Jerry said, like some of them hits. Listen, like I understand that it was going to be physical. Don't get me, because when, like I said, you look at the match, you're like, oh, you have an idea of where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But like, see here, like it's one thing to be professional and we're fighting, kicking each other's like that's one thing. But it's a whole nother thing where like that didn't look so
looked a little snug.
Yeah, like look, and you just kind of go in the corner. You're like, and you kind of turn around like, if he's there, I'm going all in. If he's not, I'll let him go. You just like, why is he standing at the turnbuckle for? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's for everybody's safety that this is happening. And
I'm having a talk of clairvoyance.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to, my transcendence. I'm trying to be. It's my aura. Like, and they just go.
Yeah.
Forget it. I gotta pay for.
So you basically what you're saying is if Sheamus hit you that hard.
Like, listen, and I love Sheamus. Bangers and burgers. I love the guy. But like, look, Sheamus. If I'm just I'm like, hey, Sheamus, how you doing? And you just come out like that. I'm like, what's the issue? Like, to me, it's like, what? It's like, listen, I apologize. I ate the sandwich. I didn't know your name was on it. I could have sworn catering was for everybody, and I had, Nick Aldis told me it was cool. People told me that this was cool to do. Now, if you're saying it's not cool to do because Nick called Adam and they all knew I was going to be here, but I didn't see a name on your sandwich. I didn't see Irish War. I didn't see none of that. I'd have left it alone.
The hamburgers.
But listen, if I see a quarter pounder or a Big Mac or a Whopper, Sheamus, you best hide it before I come out. That's all I'm saying.
That's when what you do is you just say, "Well, Drew told me you didn't want it."
Yeah.
And then Drew's behind me, like, "Why did you tell him that, Drew? I was in position."
You got this, Drew. I believe in you.
Drew, look, I'm not saying I bet money on you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the odds would be in your favor to just take this moment here, fuel yourself, and he's the reason why I ate the sandwich. So think about that. So what about Dragunov? I stay my distance. That man looked at a Toyota RAV4. I'm not messing with that man. No.
Hold on. Not only that, you see him doing that, but then you also see him walking with a suit and he's talking with everyone, being charming, and you go, "That's a psychopath. That man could kill me."
He's like, I've seen the movies, and I feel like I should be as far as what. Why? He's smiling. See, I don't. It's the suit.
That's what I'm scared of.
If he was wearing a hoodie, he was calm. I'd be like, oh, he's being friendly.
Nope. He's being a psychopath.
I've seen American Psycho to know that I don't trust people in suits who talk like that. No. And then they play Huey Lewis in the background. So no, that's even worse.
I just now need to see Ilya hanging out with Ladarius going, "Hit me! Here's something." It's like, oh, no, stay away.
Oh, boy. Is this high recommended? I need to get out of here.
Right. Oh, my God.
Talk to Michael Cole. So how did you feel? How you felt, Michael, is how I felt with the I specifically said to leave that door open for witnesses. And then somehow or another, Sheamus over the sandwich closed the door because he can't. I was going to give him $10, which was double the value of the sandwich, by the way, to replace it. So I wanted to play over 100% more to give him. And then Dragunov just comes out of nowhere with the suit. The suit, no stains on the suit. The man was hiding in the smoke. I don't know how. And he kind of cornered me, and I don't want to talk about the rest. So let's let's just say I was late for a very important dinner date, and I was very upset.
All I know is this, man. Ilya, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. I think the person that probably enjoyed it the most was probably the referee, as in, I'm glad I'm not getting hit by these guys.
Yeah,
Because,
I just
dang.
watch it. Yeah, it was everything that you expected. When you like dragging off, like they're all hard hitters, so you knew it. Like most of these type of match, we see like, oh, there's none of the flipping stuff, none of the top rope. We just got 3 dudes just, like I said, I don't want to say slapping meats, but that's essentially what happened.
That's what it was.
It was.
So it was like you could hear it, you could see it, and that's what made the match. And and I kind of like. I don't mind Drew winning because I had a friend of mine, I had a conversation with her, and I told her, I said, well, Drew doesn't necessarily have to have the briefcase. Like I said, I don't mind either way. It depends how they go about it in terms of, how they go about the Money in the Bank match, should he, get to the match. But I had it was a great match. I had no problem with it. And it was, like I said, it was everything who watched these 3 dudes go at it. It was everything that it was supposed to be.
Honestly, the result, I mean, any of these 3 guys could have won, and I would have been okay with.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But Drew winning, it ties a lot of story. He is obviously going to be the odds-on favorite to win. A lot of people see him as cashing it and then failing because of CM Punk. We'll see. We can make our picks here because we've talked about these matches. So here we go. We already know about the women's Money in the Bank. We've kind of all agreed with Tiffany, maybe EO, probably Naomi. That's what I've said.
Is that where I missed that out on?
Yeah, I think you did miss out. What do you say, Ladarius?
I don't know. It feels like the weather all over again. But anyway.
No, you're all good. No. I'm asking you, though. So there you go. I am asking.
Yeah. He must have got my letter about the weather. But
I don't ask for the weather no more. I don't know what you talked about.
That's not what I was told, but for the women's, I think it comes down to 1 or 2 people to me. I think it's either Chelsea or it's either Tiffany. And it's for 2 different kind of reasons.
Oh.
I think for Chelsea, I kind of feel that given the personality, just imagine her with that briefcase, carrying it around with that character, and plus she's been knocking it out of the park. And it's not out the realm of the possibility. And someone brought this up, so I won't take credit for it. Somebody said that we've been talking about bringing a mid-card belt to the women's division. Someone said, and I think Chelsea kind of teased it some time ago, like maybe she might bring back the Divas Championship. And maybe that could be a mid-card belt. I'm not saying,
Please redesign it.
Yeah, that's all I ask. It's like the belt, I don't have a problem with outside. Just change. I like the concept, but just change the design.
Get rid of that fucking butterfly bullshit.
Yeah, like like modernize it, and we have something going. And as for Tiffany, I look at her and I go, there could be something. As soon as I mentioned Tiffany, he just disappeared. But I think when we look at Tiffany Stratton, I look at her and I said, and like I said, I wrote a piece about it, and I said, there's not a lot of superstars when they have it. When I see Tiffany Stratton, she has it.
Right.
So the question is that you put the briefcase on her, and like I said, she's on. Like I said, with Bayley, I think Bayley could potentially drop it to Nia Jax. Whether
unfortunately,
could drop it to at SummerSlam or whatever. And I think it would set up something interesting. Should Nia win, and noticing the relationship that Tiffany Stratton has with Nia is very close. That could be tested. Should Tiffany win the briefcase? And so that could add an element. And as for everybody else in the match, listen, I like Naomi. Naomi's like the veteran. I think it's like her 4th Money in the Bank match, I believe. I'm not
something
sure.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I got to rewrite a piece. But anyway, I got to rewrite that. But
no one will know. We won't tell them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
hi, editor's notes here, folks. And I think Io could make history. Io could win 2. I think Carmella
And
was
that's
the
the
last.
only reason I said EO's the back-to-back deal.
Yeah, and I say if they do, like, you really can't do wrong with this. But like the biggest shock of all, if Zoe Stark did, and that's not, and listen,
Sorry.
and that's not, and that's not disrespect to Zoe. It's just the way that they. I'll just go on a little rant here, and then I'll stop. Here's the thing: you ever since Zoe's been on the main roster,
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to tell me, and I love Zoe, and I get aggravated because it's just the opportunities, and it's like she's been up, and you're telling me that literally everybody in this match has held a singles championship,
Yeah.
whether NXT or in the main roster, and Zoe's relegated, and she's paired with someone like Shayna Baszler, who is kind of like in the same field. But going back to Zoe, something's got to be done because she can fight, she can compete, but the way she's being booked has just not been great. And I understand you can't push everybody to the moon. You can't probably push them near the stars. I get that. But the reason why I say that Zoe Stark would be the one, because WWE has not indicated, at least not to me, or I could just be on an island on this, that they're serious about Zoe Stark. And like, listen, putting her in that feud with Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch, that helped Zoe Stark's career. That helped. But the problem I have is that how do you capitalize from that? It's like if I tell you Zoe Stark is on the roster, and like, yeah, you can put her on TV, put her in matches, but how serious are we about her being a champion? How serious are we being? And she's been called up from the main roster for how long? This is sometimes the problem when you call up the NXT. And listen, they've nailed it sometimes more often than not, but with Zoe, maybe there's something there that's missing. But if Zoe wins it, I would be shocked. I wouldn't be upset, but I would just be, because I'm like, at this point, Zoe needs something, and it's not her fault, like booking wise.
Yeah.
So it's just like I say, Io is interesting. I think Naomi would be interesting because, like, if they decide, well, Bailey retains, once again, kind of like similar with Tiffany and Nia, the friendship element kind of playing a role, like cash in at any time. But I'm locked in on either Chelsea or Tiffany, because leaning toward Chelsea, because they could do a lot and accomplish a lot with Chelsea. And maybe she doesn't go after either belt. She says, screw it, I'll just bring back the Divas Championship. That's the mid-card belt. Because listen, we want a mid-card belt in the women's division. And if you're not going to create one, just bring one that you kind of discontinued, bring it back, just kind of like Jerry said, like the design, it worked back then. It worked for the era, but now modernize it. And then you got your checking boxes. You got Chelsea, who will be the perfect for the belt, and then you redesign, and then you have your women's mid-card belt. Because NXT has one. All NXT did was take and just make the women's North American Championship. Simple enough, but if they weren't trying to do it on the main roster with the IC or the US, just bring back one that worked in the past, redesign it, bada boom.
All right.
Back
I
in the
gotta go
studio.
here. I like the Chelsea because I totally forgot about Chelsea, and I was not meaning to. It was one of
How do you
those.
forget about Chelsea Green?
I know. That's why I'm like, because I kept on going.
That's
There was
Matt
someone else.
Cardona's old lady, damn it.
I know. I gotta apologize to Matt, to Zach, and everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no,
No
for real.
Long iced tea for you, pal.
I'll tell you, I agree with you. She has been hitting it out of the park, and I at least am hoping that the fan support she gets, because it's going to be in Toronto, I hope that it goes well for her. I really do, because it would be awesome. I think Tiffany should win, but yet everything you said about Chelsea winning, I so agree. So it's like I'm not even going to try to say anything otherwise except, I would like to see Chelsea win. I think she would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Tiffany, it's like I see everyone kind of saying she should win it. And I think she would do a great job with it. But the thing is she going to – is it going to add any – what's the word I'm looking for? Is it going to add any,
spark or some
spark?
sort of
Yeah. Is it going to bring
elevation?
any added dimension
Yeah.
to her character? I don't know. So I'm not going to say no to Chelsea. I think that would be awesome. Because I totally forgot about her saying that about the Divas title. And she could be that one that goes, well, I'm not going for the worlds. I'll just make my own. That would be so Chelsea.
Yeah.
That really would be so Chelsea. And let her travel with it. That would be also better. So the next, I was trying to see, I'm trying to remember. 6-man tag. It's going to be Bloodline versus Cody or Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens. What do we think about that match? No wise man.
No.
Unless Armando Estrada shows up.
I don't know. I don't know because either you kill your heavyweight champion or you kill your group that you're building to be savages.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you're going to build Cody versus Solo on SummerSlam, you could have them and their heels, so it's not out of the realm of going, we cheat, we beat Cody, or you can have Randy turn on them or something.
I mean, if one of the others takes the pin to keep Cody, safe as far as not killing him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna build Randy and Cody, then have KO get pinned.
Yeah. I got you.
Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm kind of along with Jerry here. It's what route are you going to go here? Because the way they've been just building up the bloodline, they look unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the bejesus out of Paul Heyman. They're trying to establish themselves as a dominant, faction. And like I said, if somebody else takes the pin outside of Cody, whether it's KO or Randy, I would say the bloodline wins, but as long as Cody does not take the pin. I guess that would be because to me, like Jerry said, you got your heavyweight champion on one side, and then the other side you got this faction that you're building to be like this unstoppable force, a movable object. So it's a matter of how it's about how you go about doing it. And so I would simply say bloodline, as long as Cody does not take the pin in it. If, like I say, Randy seems like he's a little bit beefy now. He can take the pin a little bit more now, so he's a little bit yoked, so he can take the pin, and you're protecting your champion. And then if you get Cody versus Solo at SummerSlam, things going to happen in between now and then, obviously. But for this context, I'll give it to the bloodline as long as Cody does not take the pin.
All right. I'm going to say bloodline. And here's my thought is even if you did beat Cody, it ain't going to hurt him because here's why. All you're doing is you're solidifying the heel. Yeah. And look, you gotta have to have something to make people go, well, why would Cody want to match with Solo? And you could still do it. Like he could take out Randy and, he had to watch it or something. Now, the question I have is, are we going to see Solo, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu? Because if Jacob or Tamaloa is there, then I'm wondering, are they going to let him get beat? Because he's kind of the weaker of the group. So we'll see. But yeah, I think in that match, I think we're going to see an interesting end on that one. All right. So Intercontinental title match. Definitely want to talk about this one. Braun versus Sammy. We've all kind of hashed it up. So what are we feeling?
like I said, I think Braun needs to be disqualified, and then, but if I had to pick without it being a disqualification, Sammy.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. If we don't go the DQ route, I think it makes sense to have Sammy retain at this point.
So here's what I'm going to say on that. I think Sammy will win. I think it'll be either a fluke pin or a DQ, but it's going to be something where Sammy just gets it out, and then goes from there. Money in the Bank men's match. Some people are saying go first so that we can have the main event, and then you could do whatever, but we'll see. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight. I'm trying to remember everybody. Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Chad Gable, the Walking Dead Chad Gable. All right, let's lay these picks out. Who do we think?
Depending on which storyline we build, my pick will be Jay or LA Knight.
All
right. Sticking with Jerry's line of thought, I'm going to go either Jey Uso or Drew McIntyre, depending which route we go. Because there's going to be a lot of a lot of moving parts. Just put it that.
Will we get a Larry sighting or an AJ sighting first?
Oh man, I want to see Larry. I want to see AJ Steele first. That's who I want to see. He's working in Impact. Him and Joe Henry could show up together and surprise, dress up like CM Punk is throw off Drew McIntyre.
Have y'all seen this fucking ugly ass licensed Money in the Bank title?
No, I have not, dude.
Oh God, fucking $600. There's 2 left. It's literally the big ass fucking undisputed title, but it's green leather. It's got a fucking handle. And it's a title belt.
Yeah, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not gonna.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna look at it myself here, so don't worry.
We here at WWE, we're not gonna show the belt. We
ain't got that kind of money, and especially for we know Jerry loves it. Oh my God, it's horrible.
Right?
That is horrible. They should not have done that. I mean, I get what they're doing. It's just, it's horrible.
Send it to him because I can't send it to him.
I'll send it. Don't worry. Hold on.
Him? Who's him?
You, Darius.
I thought I had a name. I knew it was me. I was like, him.
I called you by name. Oh, great. I gotta join another group. God damn it. All right. What's your favorite wrestling belt design?
I'm Darius Brown, a.k.a. him.
Yeah.
And here's tonight's top stories.
The Eagle.
It's raining sideways.
Yeah. Eagle title.
It was raining left and right. Back to you.
Winged Eagle. Winged Eagle is my favorite.
Rain's falling. Water's from the sky. Back to you.
It's gonna rain. All right.
Shit, I could have just saved the picture and sent it to you.
Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. But
I didn't know you'd have to join the group.
Yeah, well, it's all good. I get it. It happens. Okay, so who's your favorite wrestler? Cody.
I'll just don't do all that shit.
McCullough. Which belt would you love to have? The old. Oh no, I already have the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
There you go.
God damn it! I was almost done. Oh yeah, it's a piece of shit. So what? You gonna order it for the group?
Fuck no, I ain't ordering that ugly ass shit.
I think you should order it for me and Ladarius. Yeah, you said there was 2 left.
I ain't got fucking $600 either.
Well, I mean, I thought, if you loved us, money shouldn't be a problem. All right.
Motherfucker, I got like $5.
U.S. title.
Sad thing is I got paid Monday.
Yeah, that happened to, same here. You got paid and you still have no money. Oh my God. But yeah, that belt's horrible looking. That is horrible looking. Someone should slap somebody's mama for that. All right, so yeah. Somebody call my mama. So Drew McIntyre for me. The other person I would say would be Jey Uso. with the dark horse being Chad Gable, just because I think it would be interesting to see what he could do with the briefcase, as well as also maybe haunt Gunther type deal. You know, if Gunther's the world heavyweight champ, so or go for the IC belt.
Zombie winning, that'd be history as well.
Hey, yeah, that too. Yeah, you know, yeah. But if he hears that ding, he's out. He's got to go.
You see, that Nikki, I got to get out of here.
That would be hilarious. World title match. So we got the Drip God himself, Seth freaking Rollins, versus Daddy Priest, who's going to be exhausted from having to deal with Dom and the big head that is JD McDonough, McFish, and Finn, who's trying to not be a supportive dad, and Uncle Carlito, who thinks everything's cool. So he's going to be worn out by the time he gets to the ring.
Well, Seth's winning easily.
Okay. So, all right, hold on. So who wins? And does someone get, or do we have some interference, or also does someone get kicked out of a group?
I think Seth's going to win. I would be, what I think would be for Finn or JD, somebody to come out and unintentionally cost him the title and have Seth win it. But I don't know.
Yeah. Back and forth. Like, look, I think Seth coming back at this point, because initially I said, well, Damien's gonna, he's gonna retain. But when they threw in the element of, well, if Damien loses, he has to, piece up A-Town down to, the Judgment Day. I'm not exactly. We all get the assignment. I'm proud of both of you. More stuff.
I've been around Austin Theory to know that.
Yeah.
Come on.
See, Jerry knew. I'm very impressed. I think you touched the Dr. Pepper, though, but that's another conversation.
We'll get you Dr. Pepper. I'm working on that.
Yeah, just bring the truck around back.
I got off-brand, if that helps.
Yeah, we got the Dr. K, but we want to make sure we get the right one.
If we get Dr. Pibb, I'd take that.
Pibb Zero.
Yeah.
Probably get you Dr. Fago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his work. Fine, Doctor. Is he related to Dr. Zhivago? Anyway, but
I'll tell you right now, if Ladarius comes down to Georgia, all three of us are going to watch a wrestling show together. I don't care. Maybe be the one that Jerry's in, too.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, we'll help Jerry win a match. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'll take a, if I have to take a chair shot, I'll do it. As long as there's a meal.
Jerry just got smiled.
If there's a meal involved afterwards, I might take 2 chair shots.
Hit him again, Jerry!
I can offer you horse liniment and a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
It's pretty good. That liniment. You know what that stuff is? Like I was going to swap it out for another burger, but that might be over pushing my boundaries.
I'll just buy you the fry.
Yeah, he'll buy the fries.
But going back to this match, to me, I think it's kind of like we kind of hit on it earlier. If we're looking at a big picture situation, I think Seth could win it. I think, like I said, there's a little bit of dissension in the Judgment Day, and we might kind of see that, not say fully explode at Money in the Bank, but we might see another layer added because, like Jerry said, maybe they come out and they're trying to help Damien. Damien probably says stay in the back, but defiant to their daddy, they come out and they want to help him win. And Carlito's like, "That's not cool. I'm back here playing the game." But
I tell you, this is really cool. Where'd everyone go?
Wait. Am I alone? Am I a ghost?
Hold on. He's playing with Uncle Howdy. This is cool.
Where's Sister Abigail?
Is she single?
I mean, those security guys got nothing on me. I got apples in, but anyway, to get back on the train, I think if we're looking at a big picture, I think Seth wins it. If we're looking at, I think Seth should win, and like I say, what we've got, Damian Priest's run was to be as expected as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't going to lose his first title defense or Seth. I just think when you lose the belt back to Seth, it adds elements, and then when we're looking. If we're looking ahead like at SummerSlam or we're looking ahead like long term, I think giving it back to Seth makes sense. Now, I don't know if they'll do that, but like Jerry said, I love the idea of like the Judgment Day somehow coming out with some shenanigans, because I can see like Finn and maybe, you know, Dominic, you know, he's occupied, so that's, which is understandable. He's occupied with others. So, and JD, you know, JD squeezes his head out the door and he gets out and helps, you know, so. Like I say, I'll give it to Seth because I think it's something bigger, you know, when we look at SummerSlam and beyond.
All right, because I'm going to go here. I'm going to say Seth, because every time I want to say Priest, I keep thinking about SummerSlam, and this is kind of what you were saying, Ladarius. It's like bigger picture. You want to build a really good card. Well, Seth versus Gunther for that World Heavyweight title. Gunther's already said, Seth, you made that belt relevant. You made that belt something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gunther giving respect to Seth. So this would be a really good match. And like Jerry said earlier, this would give Gunther a lot of, you know, just momentum to give it to, you know, to go with Seth. I'm not saying that Damian Priest could give a bad match to Gunther. He's given good matches. But I'm saying is I need to see him step, you know, we finally are now getting the Judgment Day feels that, oh, you don't need us.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not be Finn. I think it's going to be Liv. Because Liv has said she's going to take everything that Rhea loves. Took her title. She's going to take her dom-dom. And then she's going to take out Priest out of the Judgment Day. And there ain't nothing you can do about that. All right. It's frustrating. Okay. Oh, yes. That'll be our last thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to say that is Seth Rollins beats Priest. Priest is no more in Judgment Day, and that's going to be like a big, and it will be a big breakup on Raw.
Yeah.
Because he'll be demanding what the hell happened. What were y'all thinking? Carlito's playing video games with the Uncle Howdy and Maxis the Pig because he thought that everyone was the same. I mean, man, we just turned Carlito into R-Truth. That would be another sitcom, too.
Cool.
Yeah. That's not true. But, yes. So they are very frustrated. WWE is. Especially with Fox, because they consistently have been doing when someone's cussing, someone's doing something.
Well, not even that. They were cutting the live.
Yeah. And people were like, a kid flicked off Nia, and they cut to this black screen where you don't.
Like I literally thought they were having tech issues, but it was just Fox being an ass.
I'm like after the first couple of times, okay, it's technical, but it just kept kind of. I'm like, and then this feels like it's a network thing and more than the.
If you didn't realize something was up and you were watching that LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Santos match, that's when it was really bad.
Yeah,
because the fans, first of all, Logan could get heat. So the fans are saying F you, all that, and you didn't hear it because of that. And the crazy thing is
anything.
Yeah, and that's on Fox. That's not on WWE because their programming is showing things.
Yeah.
So look, you're about to go to USA. You're going to have to work with USA about something.
Honestly, I think it's more so Fox pissed off.
Oh yeah.
So that was them just saying, "Hey, fuck you, we're fucking with your show."
Yeah. And luckily, the fans can still be into it. It's just this is getting ridiculous. It got really bad this past Friday, and it was hard to watch because it's like I was really enjoying that whole segment between the NBA guys and LA Knight and Logan, and it was just like, God, stop with the black screens already.
Yeah.
I mean, they're even doing it for holy shit moments.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I'm hoping that I think Paul Levesque
it's gonna be DX all over again.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think he's already opened that door of this is what we are expecting, and it's not going to be like this. So it's like, okay, we're telling y'all this. This is what we're going to be doing. Work with. Let's beat this up. Let's not do a whole bunch of black screens. It's stupid. Yeah. It's dumb because you know how it is. If the crowd is into it and they're saying their stuff, let it go. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Me and a guy at work was talking about this today. Let them get away with certain stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, bleep out fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. But the shit, the holy shit, leave that alone. A fan flipping somebody out, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're literally like saying, "Oh, you're a piece of shit motherfucker" or some shit like that. Like
it's not like the kid was saying Naya's a C word. It's not. I mean, it's not like Naya grabbed the kid and threw him across the room or something. I mean,
like
that would be
it's
funny.
It's ridiculous. It reminded me of USA and with the DX.
Yeah,
it really did, and that's why I said it's going to be DX all over again.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, I'm intrigued what Netflix will do, how they're going to counter.
Well, they've already said that it's pretty much uncensored.
Yeah,
and my other thing is this: I am intrigued by how their commercials are going to be or how they're going to do because you've seen some commercial breaks right in the middle of the freaking main event, and it's just
for Netflix.
I'm talking about for Raw.
Netflix there's not going to be any commercials.
They're going to do some kind of sponsorship though. They got.
I don't know because like the thing I saw was no commercials. That's why it's 2 hours now. Uncensored, which I'm sure they'll censor out some stuff.
Yeah. Hold on.
But
you can have sponsor spots because you got you got two guys that will be the best, R-Truth and Carlito.
Well, not even that. You could do like most indie shows do. Put it on your fucking banner.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the fucking things going around the whole fucking stadium, the LED boards. Put them on the LED boards. You've got those LED boards on the side of the ring. Hell, do like they did with Logan. Put it on the fucking mat. Like there's ways to get around not having commercials for sponsors or something like that. I mean, they just have to do it that way.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're at our end point. So, and WWE, you go on to their YouTube. You can watch that WrestleMania. I think you'll be able to rewatch. I hope so. And then we'll go from there. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wind this down. Guys, plug your stuff, where to find you. And then also let me know what you guys want to do about Money in the Bank. If you want to do an after show on Sunday, if that's good with y'all, let me know. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, okay. So it's Lone Wolf, Jerry Nelms Facebook, Viking Gaming 91 Facebook, Twitch. X is now LW_ Jerry Nelms. Instagram, I fucking don't even remember. Hold on. Instagram is still Viking Gaming 91. Sorry.
Tweet me, Jerry, so I can actually save it. So if you don't mind. Yeah. And we'll make sure to keep. Go ahead, Ladarius.
You can follow me on Twitter, X at Ladarius _Brown on both there And on TikTok, so there's double_Brown on Instagram. You can follow me as a writer about Beyond Women's Sports. I kind of plug, soft plug. I wrote about the women's Money in the Bank, about the competitors, kind of their odds, and kind of like what it would mean if they won. And yeah.
Check Ladarius out. And me and Ladarius will be trying to get together. We're going to talk about the NBA and the NFL starting up. So it's free agency, and Hawks still haven't done anything. Surprise, surprise. It's almost like some wise man said,
You're telling me that they put Paul Heyman worked for the Hawks? And they put him through the table? Oh, I get it now. Oh, whoops. So
it.
So the deadline was Trae Young. Oh, I get it.
Oh no! Well, I'll put the follow on Trae then.
Yeah. What's Dominic Wilson doing here? Don't worry about it.
What the heck?
And the mascot too? Yep. They're all getting a piece of the action.
Deal with it. But all right. Well, I'm CDouble 28. That's where you can find us. We do these shows, and also on Talk Your Ish with Ron. And looking forward to everything here. Okay. Yeah, I said. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I found your. Okay, cool. It's already automatically followed you because of my knowing you and everything. Cool. No. I just wanted to make sure.
It's the same account. I just changed the name.
No, that's cool. No, I'm just glad because I was like going, okay, well, I heard that. So, all right. But yeah, so we're going to be coming up with some ideas. And like I said, Money in the Bank, we'll end up probably talking about it, especially if it goes any kind of the way we thought it will. I know we'll all want to talk about it. So I will hit you guys up. We'll find out, and we'll work whatever time is good for y'all. And so enjoy tonight, AEW. Hopefully it's not a bore fest. And also enjoy SmackDown and Money in the Bank. And damn, Jerry.
My bad.
All right, now that's one way to sign off somebody.
And on a high note.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, I muted myself and sneezed a minute ago, and I'm just.
That works.
Oh, God.
That's the outro.
That's going to be our new playthrough. So we got Jerry for Ladarius, for me, CDouble. Thank you all for coming to the show. John Brooks, thanks for commenting. Ron, thanks for showing up. Berto, hopefully we see you. Hopefully we could get like a SummerSlam pre-show and stuff that we could do or something. But we'll get back with you. I'm CDouble. We're out.